Hello, Bell's Palsy here. It's a beautiful winter day here in Seattle. I'm overlooking the Puget Sound right now. I just wanted to remind you that the fact that facial muscles are very different than any other musculoskeletal muscles, and in such, the rehab and the way you should approach and treat them is very, very different than any other muscles in the rest of your body. Our facial muscles are controlled. 50% of the control comes from our limbic system, which is the part of the brain that controls emotions, and to which you do not have control over. If you think about it, when we do facial emotion and expression, these happen on their own. We don't really control them. We don't think, oh, I'm gonna raise my eyebrow, or I'm gonna act surprised, I'm gonna smile. When we smile, we hear something funny, we smile for so many other reasons, but we just do it without, our face does it, without us really thinking of, I'm gonna move my mouth this way in order to smile. Not like I'm gonna bend my knee, or I'm gonna bend my arm or lift my arm to reach up in a cupboard. That we have control over. Facial muscle, not so much. There is a part that is from the motor cortex, so we have some control over, which is what is not working when you have facial paralysis. And this is why when you are doing facial rehab, the facial rehab should be more about movement versus, it's not about strength. When you retrain a musculoskeletal muscle, so for example your quadriceps in your leg, you've had an injury and that muscle is weak, you're gonna have to load it. You are gonna have to use some resistance in order to reinforce it and get that muscle stronger. In the face, it's more about, that's a good reminder for the flaccid paralysis stage, the beginning of facial paralysis, when your face is not moving. Your goal is not, you cannot move a muscle that does not have any nerve signal going to it, or an appropriate nerve signal to make those fibers of the muscle actually move and contract. So you would be wasting your time trying to move that area. What you should be focusing on is, generally you're going to have the strong side that's going to get overworked, because that's the only side you can use. It's going to get tight from being overworked. So you should be stretching your strong side. The only exception would be to really working on closing your eyes by stretching your eyelid on the involved side. For once you have some nerve signal returning to the muscle of the involved side, then you can start practicing some movement. We should always be in a slow and controlled manner, and never forced. And this is where all the mistakes are seen online. Is for facial muscle, people tend to exaggerate their facial movement. They think that more is better, and it is certainly not. It creates the wrong movement pattern. Again, for the people in the back of the bus, forcing facial muscles that do not contract to move creates the wrong movement pattern, which can lead to complication like synkinesis. So I hope I was clear enough on this message, and also this brings up the point that facial rehab, you should work with somebody that knows what they're doing, that is trained in doing facial rehab. Again, most physios are not. I would like to remind everybody of that. If you go to a PT that has not heard of synkinesis, has not heard of the different stage of facial paralysis, I would just run away and find somebody that is versed in all this. If you are with any kind of practitioner, even acupuncturist, I would not have them use electrical stimulation as well on that. It's all about, and it's really, the rehab is very specific, but it's also kind of, especially at the beginning, very easy in a way where it's you just massage and you stretch. Obviously, there is specific way to do this. I showed this in my tutorial, and throughout my Instagram profile, you can find some video on that. But it's not about wanting to. You cannot make a muscle that do not have nerve signal move. It's like trying to watch a TV that is not plugged in the wall. So do not try to do that. Anyway, I hope that was important. I'm sure for you, some of you already knew that. I'd just like to remind that to the newbies on here, the people that just find me after just being diagnosed with Bell's palsy. So I have a lot of plans for the new year's coming up. I will keep you updated on another post about this. But in the meantime, you have a great rest of the week and take care.